Hi, everyone. Doug Jenkins with the Findlay Hancock County Chamber of Commerce. Another video for our YouTube series on getting through the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of us are working from home. Our kids are trying to do their schoolwork from home, and we're talking to experts on both of those subjects, among others, throughout the weeks here. And joining us now is Troy Roth, Findlay City Schools. He's the assistant superintendent and will be the superintendent starting in August. And then hopefully by then everything's back to normal, Troy.
That's the hope. I'm soaking up all the experience from Superintendent Kurt while I can here, but yeah, he will be leaving the district and August 1st. Hopefully we'll be ready to go to school in August next year and things will be back to normal.
Well, things have changed in a hurry for everybody. Teachers, no different, as they've had to change all of their lesson plans to online offerings right now. And before we get into some best practice, I'd love to hear just how that's going and how your teachers have been able to adapt.
Our teachers have adapted really well. We were fortunate to have one-to-one with Chromebooks for grades 3 through 12. So we already had a lot of online learning going on, especially at the high school and the middle school level. But our elementary teachers have really adapted to it and taken off with it and are just doing an amazing job of communicating their lessons and what their expectations are for students. But pleasantly surprised, it's gone fairly smooth. Of course, we've hit some bumps in the road, but we try to address those as quick as we can and make corrections and adjustments and are being very flexible with it.
Well, with this web series, we're talking a lot about best practices. And I think when it comes to online learning, whether you're a high school student, middle school student, you're in college, whatever, I think patience right now is a virtue as everybody settles into this. That's probably the best thing to talk about first is if your kid's having some problems with it or not, be patient, communicate with the teachers. I don't think anybody is going to be very, very adamant that this has to be done exactly this date. And if it's not done to my specifications while we're adapting to this, then it's not going to count. Patience and a deep breath can go a long way in these situations.
Absolutely. We're encouraging our staff and our parents just to be flexible. We're all going through this together, learning something new every day. But the key, is being flexible. A lot of kids have taken on a lot of responsibilities that they wouldn't have if they were in school. So, the normal 8 to 2:30 school day may not work for them to be online. They may be taking care of a sibling or have some other responsibilities. So we're just asking our people to be very flexible. And if parents are having questions or have concerns, we're encouraging them to reach out to the building that their child's attending, to their principal, to the teacher, and work with them. We're going to be as flexible as we can to hopefully continue some of the learning progress process while we go through this. It's new for everybody. Our goal is just to continue some learning as we go through this process.
Trey, let's talk about some of the tips and tricks of the trade. What are some things that you found that work well for learning in this environment for kids who are working from home and taking this on, maybe the environment in their house or getting set up? What are some ways that can help them through this?
Yeah, well, the main thing is, we talked about being flexible, but to come up with some sort of schedule, try to get on a routine. Like I said earlier, it doesn't have to be necessarily from 8 to 2:30. You're sitting in front of the computer screen and you're doing schoolwork. Build in some time for family time, for fun activities, getting outside, exercising, but trying to stick and then adjusting when you have to. But we're going to do this from 9 to 9:30 is going to be breakfast, or we're going to get out of bed, or just having some agenda where the kids know what's expected of them. But we also encourage, if that's not working, to be flexible and adjust, and also to communicate with our teachers.
Troy, as far as parents who are trying to help out their kids and they're in a new position of having to be the teacher as well as get their own work done, what are some of the things that you found that are helpful?
First off is communicating with us, communicating with your child's teacher. If there are issues, if there's online issues or, any types of issues they're having, to communicate with us. This is new to our teachers, new to our staff. So we want to hear the good, the bad, the things that we can improve on. And then one thing we're finding, especially with our younger kids, that having an agenda or a daily schedule of what their child's day is going to look like. Not everyone's going to be able to sit in front of the computer and be there from the time school would start. We're asking but to set an agenda or a daily schedule so they're in some sort of routine. We have found that works especially well, not only with our younger kids, but some of our older kids as well. You know that they have a daily agenda, and this is the activities they're going to do on that day.
As far as other online resources, certainly teachers are providing a lot. And again, Troy, I apologize. I was laughing off to the side. My cat was trying to grab something off of my
That's okay.
table as we were doing the interview. That's another reality of working from home.
Yeah,
Some of us have cats who won't leave us
that's
alone,
right.
apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, online resources for parents to have a little bit of help in this endeavor if they want to do a little bit more. Some different tips for them there.
Yeah, we do have. You can be overwhelmed. I mean, we're getting emails daily from companies that want to provide us with resources. We try and put resources on our. We also have on that website an FAQ where we're encouraging parents to look at that website daily. We're updating that with communications from Superintendent Kurt. When we hear from the governor. So I would encourage people to check out our website, communicate with their teachers if they're looking for extra options. I know the governor announced yesterday PBS, some opportunities for some learning through the television. But we're encouraging people to monitor our website, go to our frequently asked questions, and contact us if they're looking for more information.
Troy, one last question for you. I know I've seen a lot on Facebook and on Twitter of teachers doing kind of like what we're doing, having a Zoom meeting and reaching out to their kids. How important have you seen that in being as part of getting through this process and providing some sort of normalcy where kids can still see their friends in this, at least in online format?
Yeah, I think that's very important, and our teachers have really tried to connect with as many kids as possible. Our teachers miss their kids, and I think our students are missing their teachers. It is something, it doesn't replace that personal human touch of seeing your teacher every day, but being able to communicate and reach out to students, I feel is very important. And I've heard from so many teachers, how they just miss seeing their kids, and but they are touching in with them at all hours of the day, and early evening, just trying to keep that relationship going and checking in on our students. But it's nice to have, but it sure is going to be nice when we can get them back in the building and have that personal touch.
Absolutely. Well, Troy, thank you again for joining us. And again, that's Troy Roth with Findlay City Schools. We'll be providing videos throughout the week on different ways to help get through the current COVID-19 reality, on ways you can best work from home, as well as help your kids out. We'll also talk a little bit about small business details and resources that are available to you with our videos that are coming out this week, as well as strategies that you can put in place to help your business through this time. So a lot of topics to cover, and we'll try and do our best to cover all of them as we're all trying to work from home and get through this. I'm Doug Jenkins with the Findlay Hancock County Chamber of Commerce.